this is you introducing yourself. Okay, very good. I like that. Oh, so it's Super 3J. Well, that's cool. That's you.
I have a big imagination.
So talking about your big imagination and drawing, how would you sketch that on paper?
I will sketch it like be flying, or I'll be like either underwater, being able to breathe.
I want them to know, I want them to have this sort of realization that storytelling, telling your stories, is something that is a critical part of their life skill. What I want you to do today is 1 or 2 drawings about what's the problem you want to solve, one problem, and how are you going to do it, with what superpower. So that's you, yeah? And what are his skills and powers? What does he do?
Well, he has stretch powers.
Stretch powers, so he can stretch himself.
Yeah.
All right, so what's happening on the next page? I get to travel across the US and work with kids, and then I get to share my story through cartoons, and they connect to different parts of my story. I follow that up with, okay, I want you to tell your story. We all know how to draw. If you can draw stick figures, you know how to draw. So the key is telling your story. So you can use words, but I want you to get creative, right?
And once you go up, it won't be land. You could just like touch the clouds and like.
So you can fly, basically.
Yes, and then dive in the water. It's well,
That's you.
Yes, that is me.
Many other stories where kids, I find sometimes even better than adults, they're open to sharing not only their strengths, but their vulnerabilities as well. So you kind of draw your journey, right?
Mm-hmm. My family got kicked out of there.
Family got kicked out? And then where were you guys then?
We lived in a car.
You lived in a car, how long was that?
Like 2 years.
2 years in a car. A lot of the parents here have experienced homelessness. Some of the kids have. There were more than a few of them. They incorporated the notion of, I want to help people, using compassion, reading people's minds. What do we have here?
So we have a tent. We have a few tents. We have trash, shopping carts. Because this is what I see under. Like whenever I go to downtown, I see there's a certain bridge.
Okay.
Where there's a lot of homeless people.
Yeah. How are you going to solve this? What's your solution? How are you going to do it?
There is this thing that I was talking about, like where you could switch. Like you could put someone's perspective or soul in like someone else's shoes, you know, like so they can feel the pain, and then maybe they'll rethink what they've been thinking.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna buy these houses for like the homeless people, and then I'm put food in their houses.
There is that sort of deep-rooted sort of sense of, I want to do good, I want to help out, and that's what I saw in these kids here at Sandpoint, at Solid Ground, and I've seen this in kids across the U.S. So I remind them, that's what superheroes do in real life. We talk about superheroes in comic books, and then there's superheroes in real life. And teachers can be superheroes, social workers can be superheroes, first responders, all kinds of people. So there is that connection with sort of the fictional world, but also the real life world where we realize, you know what, superheroes do good deeds every day.
And then, saving animals.
Okay.
I turn into a cat
Okay.
to talk to that cat to give it a home. And,
So that's you.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
He said, "You got rid of cancer," and then he said, "I did it."
I got to see firsthand in real life the power of imaginary superheroes. There's something about the notion that we, an individual, in some ways, us projecting ourselves, thinking, you know, I could be that superhero who goes out and helps people, and people help each other out all the time. We're doing superheroic acts all the time, but there is a fascination with a superhero in movies and comic books that I find, yeah, people connect to it, and that has what has allowed me to open doors. I mean, people see me dressed up as Captain America, and there's something changes. What's special about Flash? Why Flash?
He's super fast, and he also helps a lot of people.
This is basically you fighting racism, right? Everybody's created equal. Black Lives Matter. This is Iron Chris, that's you.
Yeah.
Right? So what is Iron Chris doing?
Look, Iron Man, he's like not a real character, he's a fictional character.
Okay.
So I wanted to be like Iron Man, kind of, but me. And I am out to help the polar bears on the melting ice because like they're suffering because of global warming.
His superpower is compassion, and then that's how he gets the power to switch people's souls.
So can you write down that this character's superpower is compassion,
Okay.
which allows people to read homeless people's souls?
Yeah.
There we go. That's good. I like that. We all have vulnerabilities. Superheroes have vulnerabilities in fictional world, superheroes have vulnerability in the real world, and I want kids to know, you know what, know your vulnerabilities, know your strengths, tell them, don't keep them inside you, and that's where you're gonna find courage.